Welcome back to Learn Coding Daily and our Python preparation series in 10 days. Today is day 8 and we are going to discuss one of the most confusing yet frequently asked Python interview topics, shallow copy versus deep copy. If you have ever copied a list in Python and wondered why changing one list also changed the other, then this video is exactly for you. By the end of the session, you will understand the difference between assignment, shallow copy and deep copy, and you will be able to confidently answer interview questions on this topic. So let's get started. Now let us come to the first thing, which is assignment operator. Here look at this example. We have created a list 1, then we assigned it to another variable which is list 2. Now using the assignment operator. Now in this statement we have added 40 to the list. What do you think? What will happen? Many beginners expect only list 2 to change, but when we run the code, both list 1 and list 2 contain the new element, as you can see over here. Why? Because the assignment operator doesn't create a new list. It simply creates another reference to the same object in memory. So both variables are pointing to the same list. From there, a very important interview question can be asked, which is, does the assignment operator create a copy of an object? The answer will be no. It creates another reference to the same object. Now Python provides us with something called ID that we will be discussing later as well. So if we print the ID of this, we will be getting the same memory address. See, the memory address of both the things are same. So this is a great way to verify whether two variables refer to the same object or not. Now let me just put a comment line since we will be seeing the next block of code. Now what is copying? Sometimes we don't want another reference, we want an entirely separate object. That's where copying comes in. In Python, we mainly have two types of copy, shallow copy and deep copy. So let us understand one by one. So how does a shallow copy work? We will see that. This is how it works. We will use copy.copy and then list copy. This is an example and it works fine with a single dimensional list. So this is my piece of code. Let's just run this and see. So see here what we can see. Here instead of using the assignment operator, we are using copy.copy. So now when we add 4 to the list 2, notice that list 1 remains unchanged. That's because copy.copy creates an outer object for a simple one-dimensional list. This works perfect. Now what is the problem? The problem comes up with the nested list. Let me just uncomment these. Now let us run the file. See, this time our list contained another list inside it. This is called a nested list. We created a shallow copy and then modified the inner list. Surprisingly, both list 1 and list 2 change. Why? Because only the outer list was copied. Inner list still shared both objects. This is the biggest limitation of a shallow copy. So why is shallow copy not suitable for nested list? Because it copies only the outer object. The inner mutable object are still shared. That will be the answer. Now let us see what is a deep copy. To solve the nested this object problem, Python provides deep copy. Unlike a shallow copy, a deep copy creates completely new copies of every nested list. Now when we modify the inner list, the list to the original list remain unchanged. We will see it with this example. Let us run the code. See, this is different and this is as different as well. So you can get a what is deep copy, just like shallow copy. So deep copy creates a completely independent copy of the original object, including all the nested object. Now if we compare all three of them, what are we getting? So for the assignment operator, it is the same object, no new object. For shallow copy, new outer object, and for deep copy, completely new object. This shares everything. This shares nested objects, and this shares nothing. It is the fastest, it is fast, it is slightly slower. Now if we come up to the topic of mutable immutable, you might wonder, which is this one, why don't we always use deep copy? The answer depends on the type of object. Mutable objects like this list, dictionary, sets can change after they are created. Immutable objects can't be modified. Since immutable objects never change, sharing them usually doesn't cause any problem. So why is deep copy mainly used for mutable objects? Because mutable objects can be modified. Now, here I have done some verifications for seeing the ID. Let us just quickly see that. See, ID is something which helps us to know the memory address of the object. So we can use this for verifying our answers. Now some commonly made mistakes that you do are this in using assignment operator instead of copying, using shallow copy for nested list, forgetting to import the copy module. This is very common. And some real interview questions I have listed over here, and some coding practice as well. So that's all for today's video. I hope you have a clear understanding of assignment, shallow copy and deep copy in Python. This topic is asked frequently in interviews, so don't just memorize the definition, run the examples yourself and observe the output. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to Learn Coding Daily. In the next video, we will continue our Python interview preparation series with another important topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.